Alright guys, what is up? And welcome back. I can't really remember what episode we're on here. I haven't made a video in a couple days now. Madden came out, so I've been playing a lot of that lately. It's a pretty good game. I would check it out if you're into Madden. Um, but yeah, I simmed ahead here. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of simming involved in this first year with the Braves. So I simmed ahead to the All-Star break. Our only All-Star was AJ Pierzynski. We're playing pretty well actually, better than I thought we would be. We're sitting 40 and 9 or 40 and 49 right now, 11 and a half games back, 3.5 games back of the third place Marlins. Um, so you guys didn't see me sign. I kind of mixed up the rotation here. There was a lot of struggles, especially with Otani and Blair. So I actually signed Wada like a month ago, and then I released Jeff Francoeur. He's been decent. His first three outings were pretty brutal, but he's come around nicely. He's a pretty good pitcher. He was a good pitcher for the Cubs. Pretty serviceable. He had under a 4 ERA every year. So looking to get some decent outings from him. Manny Banuelos has been very nice. I called him up. He was doing very well in AAA and has continued that into the big league roster here. Um, our lineup has done pretty well actually. I mean, there's three guys hitting above 300 here, and then at the bottom part of the lineup, it really falls out. Besides Gordon Beckham down there in the 9 hole. Um, so like I said, we're at the All Star break here, and the kids might be coming. The 6 through 8 spots. I mean, Avila's is hitting under 200. Infante's hitting under 250. Both of them are regressing really bad. I mean, look at Avila's here. He's 35 years old. He's just really struggling. He's made a lot of errors. He does have 6 home runs, but he is just not playing good baseball at all. And besides LB's right now, everyone down there is doing really well. Fernandez is doing really well. Gurriel is doing really well. Swanson's doing really well in Double A. So the kids might be coming soon here. The Triple A rotation is doing very nice as well as the bullpen. I sent Jim Johnson down as well. He had, I think, a 10 ERA. So I went ahead and sent him down. So let's go ahead and sim ahead a little bit here, taking on the struggling Rockies. Fernandez has done really well out of the rotation as well. So go ahead and sim ahead 5-2 win. Teheran taking on Jonathan Gray. 0-2 loss, and Whistler taking on Tyler Matzik. And we get the win there too. So now we're taking on the Reds. And we're taking on the Reds again. And in the finale, Freddie Freeman torn ACL. So that's big. He was hitting above 330, so that's huge. That's a huge injury. So we're going to go ahead and put him on the 60-day DL and kind of clean up the lineup here. So that was huge. I mean, he was having the best season of his career, basically by far. So that was a pretty big loss right there. We called up Tyler Moore to replace him. I don't know why they took AJ out of the lineup right here. He's been doing really well for us. So anyway, Tyler Moore gets called up. He was hitting above 300 in AAA, and then we went ahead and just cleaned up the rosters after that. So let's go ahead and actually get into some moves here. Most of them are going to be out of house. Like I said, we're in really rebuilding mode now, especially after Freeman went down. So like I said, the kids might be coming up soon. We're going to try and get some more kids, more prospects, and kind of get rid of all those huge contracts, except everyone who's doing really well for us has big contracts. Markakis has a big contract. Kemp has a big contract. So that could actually be pretty good. Kind of dump them onto a playoff push team and hopefully get some good prospects in return. Hopefully, Pierzynski's doing really well as well. So let's go ahead and get into some moves here. Alright guys, so really almost everyone is in a playoff push mode here and you can see up there in the top right where it says current roster strategy, playoff push. They'll give you some extra value to your players, especially if they're doing really well, because those teams are going to want to add those players to help them further, better their playoff chances. So pay attention to that. They'll give you some extra value and possibly bring in some, you know, good prospects or good players in return, more than a team that is rebuilding, is what I'm trying to get at. So if you're trying to dump off people who are having a really good season but are 35 years old and having a big contract to bring in some prospects, you have a better chance at doing it with a playoff push team rather than a team that's rebuilding, such as like the Oakland A's. So just pay attention to that. It'll help you guys out. So guys, the first move I'm going to make, like I said, Dodgers are one of the teams that are in a playoff push. I'm going to go ahead and give them Nick Markakis, free up $11 million, actually $17 million because of he has a multi-year deal, and then give them Chase Peterson as well. He just never really got it going. I mean, he had 239 last year and 530 at bats, and he's hitting under 200 this year with about 100. For Kiki Hernandez, probably be the starting second baseman for us as soon as we get him. He's a really good hitter. His contact ratings are really good. Can really play any other position besides first base and catcher for us. And then Yimi Garcia, he's a great reliever. Great ratings. Their third best reliever in their system or their organization. I mean, he's just a great pitcher. I mean, look at his whip numbers. His whip numbers, career whip under 1, and fielding and independent pitching right over at 3. So those are pretty good numbers. And I mean, like I said, we're getting younger here, 25 and 24-year-old for a 25, and then like a 31 or 32-year-old. So, that's a great deal right there for the future Braves. So I'm gonna go ahead and offer this trade, and they will accept it. So that's one of the first moves I'm gonna make this year. And then for another move, I'm going to go ahead and ship Omar Infante and Mike Aviles, free up to $23.5 million for Caleb Coart for the Angels. I think he's in their top 10 for their prospects. He got drafted straight out of high school, so he's been around for about 5 years. He's never really broke in with the Angels yet. I think he has Marte ahead of him, who's currently on the big league roster, but I mean, solid third baseman. I really have Ruiz already, but just in case he doesn't pan out, I could get rid of Beckham too if he kind of fades out in the next week or so. Kind of gives us a little bit more options there. Whoops, I accidentally backed out of it. Let's go back here. Aviles and Infante, go to the Angels here. Third base, Caleb Coart. I think he plays a little bit of first base too. Probably an outfielder as well. Corner outfielder, of course. I mean, 6'3", 225. Gives us some more options there, as well as getting younger for a 34 and 35-year-old, and freeing up, I mean, about 6 million, 5.5 right there. So we're gonna go ahead and pull the trigger on this deal as well. So let's go ahead and make some more moves in-house with this roster, kind of clean up the rosters here. So with that last deal, that's really just going to bring up Albies and Fernandez. Albies playing shortstop and Fernandez playing second base. So bring up the young guy, he's only 19, and then Fernandez 27, who he signed in free agency. Just give him, call up the kids, see how they do, in rebuilding mode, like I said. So let's go ahead and look at a couple more moves here. And then one of the last moves I'm going to get Chris Archer from the Rays. He has a great contract. I mean, that's really cheap for a guy like Archer. He's already a 91 overall. He is 27 years old already, so he's a little older than a lot of people think he is. But I'm really just giving Aaron Blair, who is one of our best pitching prospects, but we are kind of crowded at pitcher right now. And then Gant, I don't know if he's one of our better prospects. He is 23 years old with a C potential, but he hasn't really got it going on any level. I think he's in double A right now, and as you see, he almost has a 4 ERA. And then I'm going to go ahead and give him Jim Johnson too. Just never really got it going. He has a $1.3 million deal, and he's 32 years old. So I'm just going to go ahead and get out of that contract. So now we're at about $18.5 million in available funds right now. So I'm possibly going to try and look up at maybe one or two more deals to try and get us some more available money here. So really one of the last moves I'm going to make, and I don't like making, interdivision deals, but this is Christian Yelich here. I mean, this guy's hit over 300 almost every year in his career. He's only 24 years old. He has a 367 on base with a 420 career slugging. I mean, this guy's a real deal here. He's a great young player. He has a really team-friendly contract here, not even going above $8 million over 6 years. I am giving up Tehran, which I am kind of iffy about. This is pretty difficult here. I honestly don't even know right now, how this might work out. But I did get Archer though. I honestly don't know. I don't know if I pull out Tehran, if they'll take Kemp. No, they won't. I don't know. I might have to actually hold off on that deal as of right now because, I mean, Archer and Tehran at the top of that rotation is pretty deadly. I'm going to go ahead and put in Archer for Wada there. I'm going to have to look at a couple more moves here. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and fill out this roster, make sure every level has 25 guys. Alright guys, I filled out the rosters. That's really all on the moves, or all the moves I'm going to make right now. I did sign some free agents. I signed 2. I had Kevin Maitan, 56 overall, A potential, and then I signed Jorge Oña from Florida, 60 overall, B potential, both I think 19 and 20 years old, 18 and 20 years old. So add another really good, hopefully shortstop, and then a right fielder. I sent Wada down to AAA just to kind of hold on to him for now, see how he does down there, to make room for Archer in the rotation. So hopefully our rotation can kind of turn it around here. Everyone's doing pretty well besides Julio Tehran. I did try to get a couple more guys, but it didn't really pan out. So that's really the lineup. I'm going to tweak it kind of a little bit and, move some people around. But as of right now, the kids are called up, some of them, and Fernandez and Albies. Swanson and Gurriel both went to AAA. Coarts in AAA. Malik Smith, who's having a really bad year, is still in AAA. So we're going to go ahead and go with that right now. I'm still going to sim these games. I'm sorry guys, but I really don't know how many games I'm actually going to play this year. So that's really what I'm going to go with right now. I will look at some more things before the trade deadline gets here. I was really going for Soler off the Cubs to kind of get another left fielder for Kemp since he's getting old. He is having a really good year though, but I couldn't really get Tehran without selling out, a lot of my good prospects. So, but as of right now, this is the lineup I'm going with. Like I said, I'm going to tweak it a little bit to try and, make things better for some guys. Put guys in more positions to get runs, which is ultimately what wins games. So that's really it for this episode. It's kind of a trade deadline special. I'm really just going to keep simming, guys. I'm sorry, but we're really in a rebuilding year, and I just don't want to play a bunch of games, to win 65 games, 70 games on the year. So that's really what I'm going with. Like I said, big story. Freddie Freeman goes down, torn the ACL, 6 months. His season is done, and he was looking like he was going to have the best season of his career. So that's really a big blow for us. So, but that's really it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'll be back soon. It'll probably be in August or September, to be honest. So I'm sorry about that, but really looking to, retool our team for next year and the years to come. So like I said, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys later. By the way, we had a really good draft. As you see here, 92 potential, 78, 81, 84, 79, 86, and 72. Really focused on relief and closing pitching. Got another corner outfielder and another starting pitcher. So those guys, I signed them all. Hopefully they'll have a lot of good impacts. Our bullpen is kind of weak, but we are young in the bullpen. So besides Agando, Wooten, we got rid of Jim Johnson. Other than that, everyone's really young. And then our closing, I actually signed David Arizma as well to give us another closer. So that's really it. He's in AAA. So really looking for our draft class to help us out down the year or down the line. That's really it for now. I'm gonna go ahead and sim ahead here. Probably make another episode a little bit farther down the line. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you later.